Hey chickies, okay, today we are doing a sparkly galaxy inspired by my channel art. Now this was requested by Lacey Thompson, and I think there may have been someone else who requested this recently, but not as recently as what Lacey requested it, and I cannot remember who it was, and I tried to search through the comments on my YouTube channel and couldn't find it. So if someone requested it before Lacey, I apologize. I'm not mentioning you. I just could not find your comment, if in fact you are a person who requested it, but I'm sure that someone did. Anyway, I really hope you like it. Let's get into it. Now to start with, as you saw in the first shot of this mani, there is plenty of glitter, so I am absolutely going to trial the Unt Peelable base coat again. Now I want to say thank you very much to everyone who made suggestions, especially about the cuticle oil, because I think you're probably right about that. I didn't use cuticle oil prior to trying to chip it off the first time, and that was simply because I wasn't using any, or wasn't intending to use any of my non-acetone remover, which is something I would normally do. I slather my nails in cuticle oil before even using that, so I'm definitely going to give that a go, so stay tuned. You'll see if it worked or not. But thank you so much for all your suggestions. It was fabulous. I'm using one coat of the Unt Peelable base coat because that's what Christine does. She only uses one good coat, and no, I don't have a base coat on underneath this, so it's a completely dry nail, as you can see. Okay, so onto the actual polishes I'll be using for this mani. Firstly, I'm going to be using OPI's Silver Canvas from the Colour Paints collection. This, if you're not sure what the Colour Paints collection is, this is the base that goes under the colour paints, which makes them so beautifully vibrant and lovely and beautiful and fabulous and yummy. Now ordinarily I would do 2 coats of silver canvas, even though the instructions say to do only 1, but I like to do 2. But I'm only doing 1 this time because we're going to be putting glitter over the top of this silver polish. So onto the glitter. I am using Starrily's Ultima, which is aptly named, of course, because it is a truly beautiful rainbowy, hollow, silver-based glitter polish that's loaded up, and it's just yum. Now I could have sponged Ultima onto my nail, but I decided not to because you don't really need to. With this particular polish, you can just use the brush. It's that loaded up and seriously beautiful. I used 2 coats, 2 very thin coats, by the way, and that just was enough to cover my entire nail in hollow, glittery yumminess. Okay, so now for the colour paints I've chosen to use. I'm using the pink, which is called Pen and Pink, and then I am using the yellow, which is called Primarily Yellow, and then my favourite are the entire collection, which is called Turquoise Aesthetic. Oh, I love that polish so much, it's just delicious. Then I'm using the green, which is Landscape Artist, and then finally the purple, which is Purple Perspective. To apply the colour paints, I'm going to be using a latex free sponge, which it means I'm going to be using also some Simply Peel by Bliss Kiss liquid latex barrier to protect the skin around my nails. Now this is my latex free sponge. I get them on eBay. They're very, very cheap. I'll put links in the description box down below so you can see them. And yes, I have pre-dampened it. Now with the polishes, now you will notice, sorry I'm saying now a lot, you will notice that I did use a little bit of the orange from the Colour Paints collection, but then changed my mind and decided that, well, yellow and pink do make orange anyway, so there really was no point to use the orange in particular. So I stopped using that after the first dab. Now, again, I said now again, oh, that's going to be the next thing someone complains about, oh well. I'm doing it in like a sort of a brownish kind of fashion because the channel art is kind of like that. Now, oh god, I've done it again, sorry. Okay, so, and I'm dabbing that on my nail, and you can see that it's coloured in that gorgeous glittery polish. It's just so pretty. Oh, yum. It's even prettier now, obviously, because it's now both hollow and rainbow at the same time. So, I rambled. I'm sorry. As you can see, the liquid latex protected pretty much most of the skin around my nails, so I've got virtually nothing to clean up, and to do the cleanup I'm just using my non-acetone remover and my Royal Majestic brush. I'm trying to get, to the point. So the end result of this sort of gradient kind of effect wasn't exactly what I was after. And I knew that that wasn't going to work, you know, just it wasn't going to be a one trick sort of thing and there you have my channel art. I knew I needed to do something else to make it look more like what was, you know, the inspiration in the first place. So to do that, I'm using some white acrylic craft paint. I'm going to water it down and make it really, really watery. I'm going to be using my number 10 detail brush from Pitch Polish. Don't forget all the details about everything I use will be in the description box down below, as per usual. So to create that sort of softer effect that the channel art has, I'm going to be using this seriously watered down acrylic craft paint, and almost to give it like I'm trying to do a swirly pattern, but not in a really harsh way, sort of more of in a softer way. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, this was actually a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I really, really did think I had it in the bag from the moment that I started doing it, but that wasn't the case at all. So I did a lot of sort of going back and forth with bits of the paint that weren't as watered down as some of the others. You can see, and I forgot to mention this before I started painting with the white acrylic paint, I did actually put a coat of Seche Vite over the top of that initial gradient that I did, in order to have a lovely smooth surface to be painting on. But look, to be honest, in the end I was really happy with it. I really was, and I actually sort of put my fingers up against the screen and I thought, well, that's as close as I think I'm going to get. So I think really that's the closest that I was going to get, and I hope that particularly to Leah and possibly that one other person that may have asked me for this, I hope that was easy to follow and that it lived up to your expectations. I'm not sure if it really did, but I mean, you'll let me know, of course, but you know, be honest with me. If it doesn't really fit with what you thought I was going to do or how it was going to turn out, then by all means, I'm not afraid of truth. Trust me, I'm not. You know, I live in my own truthy world anyway. So as you can see, I've come back in with a little bit of the watered down acrylic craft paint to add some detailing, and obviously I had to add a little comet, you know, because I just had to. But yeah, I did really like it in the end, and after all of that was done, I sealed it all in with my favourite top coat, as per usual. That would be Seche Vite. Okay, so it's now 24 hours later, and I'm sure you're all dying to know whether or not the don't know how to pronounce it, peelable base coat came off without a hitch. So firstly, I want to say thank you very much again for all of your wonderful suggestions. One of them that really stood out to me was the oil. So I went and grabbed my Simply Pure by Bliss Kiss nail oil, hydrating, what do they like to call it? Hydrating oil. And I slathered my hands and, well, my fingers in that. I normally slather my hands in it as well, but now look, I let that sit on my nails for enough time for me to go and make myself a cup of tea, because that's pretty much what I gauge my time on, how long it takes me to make a cup of tea. It's usually about 5 minutes, or maybe a bit longer, 7, because I like quite strong tea. So once all of that was soaked in and fabulous, I got my trusty tool, that metal scary looking tool that I used last time. So I was duplicating it, and I ran that tool around the side of my nail, and lo and behold, it came off in one go. Well, pretty much one go. Yep, no, it came off in one go. So I was really, really pleased, considering that is glitter polish. Well, I mean, not all in one go. This one came off in, it was 98% of it came off. Then the next nail, it was a lot more, and so on and so on and so on, until I had, I mean, my pinky and my index nail came off in one fell swoop. No worries at all. Happy. Yay! So, look, to be honest, I'm going to be using this under every single mani that I do glitter on. Possibly won't do it under every single mani, because I do like using my Nail Envy base coat. It's just a thing. It's a personal preference. It's nothing to do with anything or this product or anything like that. Yeah. So I will not put glitter on my nail unless this is on there first. Guaranteed. That will never happen. So, yeah. The oil was definitely the trick. I don't know if that come off even easier if I had soaked my nails in water beforehand. I might give that a try. as well, and we'll see if that works better. But I mean, getting it off to begin with was a little bit scary, and I could kind of, I don't know if you know what I mean when I say I could kind of feel the pressure on the tip of my nail, which kind of scared me, but it wasn't that bad, and it wasn't really anything to worry about in the end. But if my nails were even longer, I would have even been even more scared, but because they're sort of on the medium to short side, I wasn't too worried. So having said all of that, I'm very happy with this product, and I would recommend it to be purchased by other people. Like I would say you should, if you want it, go and get it, because I don't think you're going to regret it. You can see that there's a little bit of residual, and my non-acetone remover takes care of that in like 2 seconds flat. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. I'm super happy with it. And now I have my very own peelies. Anyway, thanks again for watching. I really hope you like this one. I really do, because I really liked it in the end. I loved it. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, chickies. Oh, and thank you for subscribing, and thanks for that delicious thumbs up. Bye.